You already know you can practice law. The question now is, how do you choose what comes next without completely starting over? I'm going to walk you through 3 steps that will help you choose your bar advantage career, a role that allows you to use your legal background as leverage, not a limitation. If you take these 3 steps, you will be able to identify which direction makes the most sense for you. I'm Kenny Tatum, founder of Bar Advantage Careers, and I help attorneys find what's next. There are more reasons for lawyers to at least consider leaving a traditional practice than ever before. Big salaries often mask the deeper issues like instability, competition, and a lack of personal fulfillment. According to national studies, over half of practicing attorneys report symptoms of burnout. Now, KPMG has opened a law firm. Private equity firms are looking to get into the law firm business. Firms are finding more and more ways to limit equity partnership opportunities. They're finding more ways to use generative AI, and large law firm mergers are more and more frequent these days. These trends will only increase the level of burnout attorneys feel, along with a variety of other issues. But before you update your resume or start calling a recruiter, the first step is to change your mindset. A mindset change is important because a barrier for many lawyers considering a change is fear of losing status, fear of losing income, or fear of losing their identity. So the first step is to stop focusing on what leaving may cost you and begin focusing on what staying in your practice is already costing you. For instance, law school and law firm cultures trained us to measure success by prestige, title, and compensation. But those metrics often come with burnout, limited creativity, and a loss of control over your talent and your time. A changed mindset can redefine success for you and align your values with your hard-earned experience and skills. A changed mindset also helps you better understand your motivation. People leave the law for different reasons, and your next move largely depends on why you want to leave your practice. Knowing your why helps you filter out all the noise. It will help you avoid chasing something that just looks attractive and help you choose something that is really sustainable. There are many methods you can use to help you begin to shift your mindset. I suggest looking backwards to determine what you enjoyed, what you dreaded, and what comes naturally to you. Here's one method I like. Use your phone to record yourself having a 10 to 15 minute conversation with yourself. Focus on what you want, not what you want to escape. So, answer questions like, if I applied my legal skills differently, what kind of work would feel like progress, not survival? What parts of my current job energize me? What drains me? Where do I naturally add value? Tell yourself about an ideal day at work. This exercise is about letting your creativity guide you before your logic limits you. Don't edit yourself. Don't speak carefully. Just let the ideas flow. I suggest recording yourself because you may be surprised by what you say and how you say it. When you watch it back, pay special attention to when you talk about something that makes you smile or when you sound excited. Once you have a better idea of what you actually want, it will be much easier for you to focus on what is waiting for you once you make the change, instead of focusing on what you are leaving behind. The next step is to get clear on your transferable skills. The goal here is to strip away the legal jargon and turn what you do every day into business terms. Don't think in terms of job titles. Think about functions and outcomes. This will help you see yourself through the lens of another industry. One good way to do this is to look at some of the work you've built and rewrite the descriptions in business language. For example, Drafted contracts becomes created and streamlined operational frameworks. Argued motions becomes advocated for client positions and influence decision makers. When you think of your daily activity using business language, you can more easily shift your perspective from lawyer to strategic asset. Then, consider the outcomes that result from these activities. For example, I've led negotiations that resolved multi-million-dollar disputes. I've built frameworks that reduced risk and improved efficiency. I've managed cross-functional teams under intense deadlines. Specific outcomes translate universally, no matter the industry. When your skills produce these outcomes, you are not just lawyering, you're problem solving at a high level. This process will help you determine the core of your transferable skills. Remember, employers hire people who can think clearly, lead projects, and manage complexity. You've been doing that all along. The trick is realizing that your skills are portable. They're just waiting to be repackaged. Now that you understand what drives you and what you bring to the table, it's time for you to explore options. Here are 5 categories of Bar Advantage careers that lawyers often transition into. Compliance, risk, and governance. Perfect for detail-oriented attorneys who like systems and policy. You'll protect organizations without fighting fires every day. Operations and people leadership. Legal operations, HR, and talent roles need process-minded professionals who understand structure and fairness. Consulting, strategy, and policy. You'll use analytical and communication skills to solve problems across industries, not just legal ones. Entrepreneurship and coaching. For independent thinkers who want to build something of their own, whether it's a consultancy, startup, or educational platform. In-house counsel. Now, these are still legal roles, but they're strategic. You work closely with executives, manage risk, and learn the business inside and out. These positions are great for lawyers who still enjoy practicing law, but hate the billable model. These positions also allow lawyers the opportunity to advance on the business side of the company they represent. Each of these paths lets you use your JD and legal experience as leverage, not as handcuffs. Now, here's the part of this step that many people overlook. Once you identify 2 to 3 potential paths, research them like you are a first-year lawyer drafting your first memo. For instance, read job descriptions, highlight recurring skills, connect with professionals in those fields, especially former lawyers. Ask them what surprised them most about the transition. This is a validation step that will help you prevent career fantasy. You'll learn which of these paths fit your lifestyle, your strengths, and your long-term financial needs. For this step, data beats emotion. Make your next move based on information, not just frustration. Your legal experience isn't a limitation, it's leverage. You already have every skill you need to thrive outside of the traditional path. If you want help mapping your transferable skills and turning them into a new direction, schedule a one-on-one strategy session with me using the link in the description. If you would like to see more content like this, subscribe to my channel. I'm Kenny, this is Bar Advantage Careers, and I help lawyers find what's next.